Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is part 3 of this video series on straightening this door. So if you followed the last 2 videos, I roughed this door out in the first one, got it pretty close. The second one, I used a long pick, come through the latch hole here, and I started working back in this area, relieving a little bit of some high spots in here. So now I'm going to concentrate on this back area here, and I can't hardly reach it with a pick, so I'm going to use this. Looks like a kayak paddle, and I'll show you what I'm doing with this. Okay, when I'd come through here with the pick, and I could reach up about from here forward, but I couldn't come back anymore because the pick was up against the shell right here, and I couldn't come back. So this, I can, with this tool, I can reach up inside the door, and it's going to fit between the shell and the skin in here, and then I can just twist it. It'll be pushing against the bottom side of here, pushing up on here, and it'll just twist. And it's more rounded than a pick, so sometimes it's hard seeing exactly where you're at, but you take your hammer and you start tapping, and you'll know exactly when you're on it. So you'll be able to listen to that. So let's get started with this. Start to see it move, but being it's a wide area, I don't know exactly where I'm at. So right there. Here, that's nice and solid. That's where I'm at, and I want to be over here. So I'm going to just slide it in a little bit. Maybe. Yep, right there. This probably isn't going to do 100% of what I need, but it's a start. So now I know where I'm at. I don't want to hammer on right where it's at. I want to hammer around it to help relieve some of the stress. So I'm right here, which is on my low spot. I want to go around it and hammer on surrounding area. And after 40-some years of doing body work, I've just realized the toughest part of straightening a dent like this is trying to do it and get it on a camera and have the lighting so you can see it. That's a whole new challenge. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and concentrate on this area where this body line is and do a little hammering on this high spot. It comes up, but it doesn't want to stay. So I need to push a little bit more metal into that area from somewhere else. And actually the body line looks real good where it's at. I really don't want to go any higher on that and risk overstretching it. So I still need to find something else that's going to fit in there, a little bit sharper edge to bring this up and this up. All right, what I'm going to work on next is trying to get this low spot here bumped up from inside. And this is an area where you don't want to use a stud gun because this has already got some oil canning to it. And the stud gun, you got to put pressure on there. It's going to push it in and heat that up to weld that stud. And you'll end up just putting a bunch of little heat effect zones in here. It's going to stretch it a little bit more. So as long as there's access to the backside, you know, avoid that stud gun. So what I'm going to do, I've got a couple different tools here. Just something, I need something that's small because there's not enough room to swing a hammer. And this is a chisel. This is, I don't know, some kind of a chisel. I've had this for years. I need something with some weight, and that's where the handles will come in. And I'll get in there from the back side and start hammering this up. And I'm going to start with a heavier dolly because I want to move the metal a little bit farther right now. It's kind of low. Once I get it real close, then I'll switch to the lighter chisel and the lighter dolly. So, and I just want to kind of float this over here. I don't want to push on it. I just want to support it a little bit. And you'll be able to hear the tool in there hitting on the metal when it's under the dolly. It's fairly hollow, right, like this. Yeah, it's hollow sounding like this without the dolly. Once the dolly is sitting on there, you should be able to hear the difference. And being with the dolly on here, I can't see exactly where I'm hitting. I know I'm hitting in the right area because it's bouncing on the dolly and I'm hearing it. But you want to go slow and easy and do, you know, 8 or 10 hits on here, move the dolly, and you'll be able to see the little dimples on here. And then you just slowly work around. That way, if you're off and you're not in the right spot, you're not going to be moving it too much. You can push it back down if you have to. Okay, it's getting a lot closer. I'm going to switch to a lighter tool and a lighter dolly. Okay, it's a little high right in here, so I'm going to get something in here, support this a little bit in this area, do a little tapping on that. think I'm gonna work on this. There's just a little bit of a low spot, and you can see where this mark is from where it was hit. So, okay, so all I'm gonna do now is work on this little crease right in here. Not really even a crease, just a little indentation from where it got impacted. Finish this up a little bit, and from there, then I'll work on this eyebrow. That'll be in the next video, and we'll take care of this, and I'll show you how to do that. So if you notice, I didn't do a lot of on hammer or on dolly hammering. Just right in this area is the only spot where I put the dolly on there and actually hit it from underneath with a few different tools. Everything else I did here was using the pick and hammering around it. Like I said in a previous video, you'll do most of your work with the hammer and dolly and not striking them together. It'll be off dolly. So you'll push in one area, hammer in a surrounding area. Otherwise, you'll end up stretching the metal, and it's getting better. It's still got some oil canning in here, but it's like I said, slow process, but it's coming along. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching.